There's a subtle art in understanding the unspoken language of touch, and knowing when she desires that connection can make all the difference. Sometimes it's the little things, her body language, the way she lingers a bit longer, or the way her eyes meet yours, that tell you she's comfortable and even hoping for more. But navigating these moments requires sensitivity, respect, and the ability to read between the lines. As American poet Maya Angelou once said, "People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." Understanding the signs she wants you to touch her is about creating a space where both of you feel safe and understood. When she leans in closer or subtly brushes against you, it might be her way of inviting a deeper connection. These signs a girl wants you to touch her are moments of trust and openness, and recognizing them can transform your relationship. Want to dive deeper into the signals she's sending? Keep reading for the 12 key signs every man should know. Number 1. Collision on purpose. Imagine this. You're walking side by side, and suddenly she steps into your path and lightly bumps into you. Is it just an awkward accident, or is there something more? When someone enters your personal space, it's not always by chance. Often it's a subtle signal that they feel comfortable around you, or maybe even want to get your attention. But how can you tell if it was intentional? Let's break it down. If she bumps into you and smiles afterward, it's not just about the touch, it's about her reaction. That smile or a playful glance is her way of testing the waters, seeing how you'll respond. It could be her way of saying, "I'm comfortable around you." And it's a green light for you to engage. Maybe she's waiting for a flirtatious comment or just a friendly nudge back. But what if she says, "Oh, sorry," and immediately steps away? Could it still mean something? Absolutely. Either way, that movement is intentional, a clear sign that she's opening up to physical closeness. Body language is a powerful form of communication, especially when it comes to attraction. When she accidentally bumps into you, she's narrowing the distance, both literally and figuratively, and if she does it more than once, that's a pretty big clue. The key is to pay attention to the context and her overall vibe. For instance, if you're having a fun conversation, sharing laughs, and she suddenly moves closer, it's likely no coincidence. But here's the twist. Even shy people can send signals through their body language, sometimes even more so because they find it harder to express interest with words. Don't miss your moment by overthinking every move. Instead, embrace the flow of the interaction, let things unfold naturally, and respond with confidence. Who knows? That gentle bump could be the start of something much bigger. Number 2, she locks eyes with you. When a woman locks eyes with you, it can be an incredibly powerful moment. It feels like she's sending you a signal, a message waiting to be decoded. Understanding human behavior, especially the subtle signals hidden in body language, is key to navigating successful relationships. Eye contact, as psychologists often point out, can be a window into emotions, intentions, and attraction. But the question remains, is she giving you the green light, or is there something deeper? Continuous eye contact is often considered a strong indicator of interest. When someone holds your gaze, especially during an intimate conversation, it can signal openness, trust, and a deeper connection. It's easy to assume that a deep, affectionate gaze is an open invitation, but take a step back. Imagine you're sitting across from her in a cozy coffee shop. The room is buzzing with conversation, but she's completely focused on you. She's leaning forward, her eyes locked with yours, and she's smiling softly. In that moment, it seems like her gaze is drawing you closer. But here's the thing. Not every gaze is an invitation to physical intimacy. Sometimes it's about emotional presence, about being seen and heard. The key to responding in moments like this is confidence, combined with respect. Instead of immediately interpreting her gaze as an invitation, try engaging in deeper conversation. You might say something like, You have a way of holding eye contact that makes me feel really present in the moment. It's amazing. This shows her that you've noticed the connection, but also respect her space. If she responds positively, you can follow up with a gentle gesture, like a light touch on the hand or arm, to probe. This physical response should always be subtle and respectful. Crossing boundaries can break a connection, while small, thoughtful actions can deepen it. Understanding these cues can help you navigate intimate moments with confidence. By paying attention to the little things, like eye contact, you can better gauge when it's time to move toward a deeper physical connection. Number 3, decoding her friend's question. A hidden opportunity to win her heart. Imagine this. You're hanging out with friends, enjoying the casual chatter, when one of her friends casually turns to you and asks, "So do you like her?" It seems like an innocent question, doesn't it? But beneath that harmless exterior lies something far more loaded. This subtle question is often a strategic move, a way for women to test the waters without putting themselves in a vulnerable spot. It's more than just casual gossip. It's a clever way to gauge whether the spark they feel is mutual. Why does this matter? The mere fact that her friend asked the question means one thing. Your name has already come up in conversation. That means you've crossed her radar, maybe more deeply than you realized. So what do you do now? Should you dive headfirst into your emotions, or is there more to consider before responding? Reading. Between the lines. First off, pay attention to her body language as the question is asked. Is she smiling shyly? Is she glancing at you nervously or avoiding eye contact altogether? These subtle clues can be the windows into her true feelings. If she blushes or giggles, chances are the question isn't just an innocent one. She's definitely interested. On the flip side, if she looks shocked or uncomfortable, it could mean she's not on the same page emotionally, and maybe her friend overstepped a boundary. As psychologist Albert Mehrabian once said, only 7% of communication is verbal, while 93% is nonverbal. Body language often tells you more than words ever could. If her body language is sending positive signals, this could be your green light to express your interest. But remember to approach it with a touch of lightheartedness, a simple yet confident response like, "She's amazing, don't you think?" Acknowledges the question, shows your interest, but keeps things playful and easygoing. The friend factor. Don't forget, the fact that her friend is asking this question means they've probably already discussed you, and that's a great sign. It suggests she thinks about you enough to bring you up in conversation with her inner circle. In the early stages of romance, friends play a pivotal role. If her friends like you and are pushing for a connection, that's a significant advantage in your favor. This situation gives you the perfect opportunity to clarify your intentions, but it also presents a critical moment for decision-making. What do you really want? If you genuinely like her, don't be afraid to show your interest. But if you're unsure, this could be the ideal time to explore your feelings more deeply. Rather than overthinking the situation, see it as an opportunity to align your intentions with your actions. Even if you're not entirely certain about her feelings, being honest and respectful shows confidence and emotional maturity. That, in itself, speaks volumes. In moments like these, when emotions and intentions are subtly put to the test, it's essential to keep calm and read the signs. This isn't just about romance, it's about learning to navigate the unspoken rules of human interaction, about tuning in to the subtle rhythms that guide our relationships. Take it as a chance to refine your emotional intelligence, to elevate the way you engage with others. And even if the outcome isn't what you hoped for, there's power in being the one who reads the room, who makes a decision with thoughtfulness and grace. Whether you move forward with her or choose to walk away, you'll be doing so with a deeper sense of self-awareness and the ability to handle whatever comes next with resilience. Number 4. When she glances at your lips. Ever noticed how her eyes keep drifting to your lips? That's not just a casual glance. It's one of those clear signals that she might want you closer, maybe even hoping for a kiss. Her gaze seems almost magnetically pulled to your mouth, like she's thinking about what it would be like to bridge that gap between you two. If she keeps doing this, especially during those moments when you're deep in conversation, it's a powerful hint about what she might be feeling inside. Imagine it. Her eyes subtly locked on your lips, like she's visualizing that moment when the space between you fades away. In those seconds, it's not the words you're exchanging that matter most, but the silent connection simmering just below the surface. Studies show that when we're attracted to someone, we instinctively focus on their facial features, especially their lips. It's a primal, instinctive behavior, signaling interest and anticipation. But here's the thing, you don't want to rush it. Misreading the situation or jumping in too fast could ruin that delicate moment. The trick is to keep your cool and stay observant. Is your conversation becoming more intimate? Does her body language seem more open, leaning toward you, relaxed? These are extra clues that she might be ready for you to close that gap. If she leans in closer, or her gaze becomes more intense, that's your green light. But remember, confidence doesn't mean pressure. Women appreciate a man who can pick up on subtle cues and move with intention, not haste. Think of it like this. Let her set the pace. If she seems uncertain but doesn't pull back, it means she's feeling a little nervous, rather than uninterested. In this case, slowing down and giving her the space to respond could be your best move. There's also an art to maintaining a bit of mystery. If the moment doesn't feel quite right, stepping back can actually create more tension and attraction. Sometimes giving her that space can make her want to close it even more. The key is to stay present, read her signals, and move with quiet confidence. Don't overthink the situation. If there's a connection, the moment will unfold naturally. The most attractive thing you can do is pay attention to her responses while keeping your calm and composure. Ultimately, the choice is yours, but remember, attraction is like a dance, a balance between reading signals and moving with intention. As you navigate these moments, keep the Stoic principle in mind. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Seneca. Often the biggest barrier is simply overthinking. So seize the moment, trust your instincts, and who knows? You might just find that her glance at your lips is the invitation you've been waiting for. Number 5. She is constantly fidgeting around you. When she fidgets around you, adjusting her clothing or playing with her hair, it is obvious. Many people still think it is a small, insignificant habit, but psychology suggests that such movements can reveal a higher awareness of self and nervous energy, often associated with attraction or anticipation. Fascinating, right? When a woman appears restless, especially in your presence, it might indicate a blend of nervous excitement or even a desire for a closer physical connection. Imagine this. In a moment of attraction, her grooming behaviors, like smoothing her hair or adjusting her outfit, might not just be random. They could be her subconscious way of trying to present her best self. It's like she's saying, "Notice me," without uttering a single word. But here's where it gets tricky. Interpreting these signals requires sensitivity and a touch of patience. You don't want to jump to conclusions or misread the situation, so what do? Lean into the moment with care, ensuring you don't assume too much too quickly. Because reading body language and nonverbal cues isn't just about observing, it's about understanding the underlying emotions behind them. Take note of the details. If she's fidgeting but leaning in closer, maintaining eye contact, or laughing at your jokes a little too eagerly, these are pretty strong indicators she's interested. And in these moments, it's essential to keep your cool. Instead of reacting instantly, try creating a relaxed atmosphere where she feels at ease. Ask engaging, open-ended questions, and most importantly, be present in that very moment. That's where the magic happens. Confidence, as they say, is the key. But remember, it's not about showing off. It's about creating an environment where vulnerability feels safe. When you do that, you're not just paving the way for deeper emotional connection, you're building a space where genuine trust and authenticity can thrive. And isn't that what we're all searching for? To build relationships that are real, grounded in trust and true to who we are. So, the next time you sense that nervous energy, take it as a chance to slow down and truly connect. And that realization that she might be just as nervous about making a good impression is a powerful reminder that at the end of the day, we're all just looking to be seen, understood, and valued. Isn't that a connection worth nurturing? Number 6, when you touch her, she will come closer. Imagine this for a moment. You reach out to touch her, not in a bold or intimate way, but just a simple, casual gesture. And in response, she steps closer to you. Surprising, isn't it? Your heart beats a little faster and your mind races to interpret the moment. Could this be a signal? Is her body language inviting you to move forward? In situations like this, confidence is important, but so is reading the subtleties. We often think that words are the key to understanding someone, but the truth is, non-verbal communication can speak volumes. A touch, a glance, a step closer. These are moments that carry deep meaning. But you have to be cautious. Just because she moves closer doesn't mean she's asking for more. The environment matters too. Picture this. You're in a crowded, noisy room, and she leans in when you speak. She might just want to hear you better, not necessarily invite physical closeness. Isn't it intriguing how the same action can mean two completely different things, depending on the context? So, what should you do? Observe, pay attention, touch her lightly, and see how she responds. If she stays close, you're likely on the right path. But if she distances herself, there's your cue to step back and reassess. There's a balance to be struck here. Confidence without awareness is a recipe for missteps. Every movement she makes, whether towards or away from you, holds a message. You just have to tune into it. Think of it like this. A relationship isn't about pushing or forcing an outcome. It's about responding. The way she reacts to your touch tells you where she's comfortable, and your job is to honor that. If her body language invites more, approach it with respect. If she's hesitant or pulls away, that's your signal to slow down and let the moment breathe. Take a deep breath. Want a clearer sign? When you touch her, linger for just a heartbeat longer. Watch closely. Does she lean into your touch, or does she gently pull away? Her response in that split second will tell you everything you need to know. It's like an unspoken language, and the more fluent you become, the better you'll be at understanding these delicate moments. And here's the key: patience. Don't rush. Remember, the Stoics, those masters of self-control, preached patience as a powerful virtue. In fact, there's an old saying that still holds true today. Patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet. Isn't that something? We're so quick to rush into the next step, so eager to know what comes next, but sometimes the best thing you can do is slow down and let the moment unfold naturally. Don't overthink it, but don't take it lightly either. Stay in tune with her body language, be aware of the context, and above all, give her the space to respond in her own way. That's where real connection happens, in the space between action and reaction. It's about understanding where she's at and meeting her there, with respect, awareness, and yes, patience. Because when you master that balance, you'll find yourself navigating relationships with a confidence that's deeply grounded, yet entirely respectful. It's not about forcing the moment. It's about letting it flow. And that in itself is something worth learning. Number 7. She lets you into her private space. Imagine this. You've been invited into her personal space, and that's not just any invitation. Whether it's her home or a place that holds meaning to her, this is a green light, my friend. It means she sees something in you that feels right, trustworthy. She's comfortable enough to let you into her private world. Now think about that for a second. Not everyone gets this kind of access, and it's more than just a casual gesture. It's a sign of trust, a big one at that. But here's the thing. Not every invite means the same thing. Some women are just polite, and while she may have opened the door to her personal space, it might not come with any romantic undertones. It's essential to be aware of this to understand the subtle difference. Still, the fact that she's willing to be alone with you in a distraction-free environment says a lot about her level of comfort around you. That's significant. Now, here's where most guys might be tempted to jump to conclusions. She's invited me in, so this must mean something, right? Wrong. This is where emotional intelligence steps in. Trust is fragile, easily broken when assumptions are rushed, especially when physical intimacy is involved. Don't assume that just because you're alone together in her space, it's an open invitation to something more. In fact, assuming that could be the quickest way to ruin the moment, or worse, damage the trust she's given you. Pause. Resist the urge to push things toward a physical climax right away. Instead, show your interest in her through respectful actions. Let your gentlemanly nature speak for itself. And here's a little secret. By not making a move immediately, you might leave her wondering, why isn't he trying anything? What's different about him? That curiosity can work in your favor. She may respect you even more for your self-restraint. Think about it. Most guys, given the chance, would likely try to take things to the next level the moment they're alone. But by holding back, you stand out. You're showing her that you value her for more than just physical attraction. You're telling her, without saying a word, that she's safe with you, that there's no pressure. And that, my friend, is the foundation of any strong relationship: trust and respect. It's the long game, and it pays off. Now, on the flip side, rushing in could mean misreading her intentions. You could find yourself in an awkward situation, or worse, facing accusations of inappropriate behavior. Don't go there. Use your intuition. Read her body language, listen to what she's saying, and tune into the emotions she's radiating. Always be 100% sure before making any move. It's not just about reading signals, it's about being emotionally intelligent enough to understand the situation fully. Think of it this way: some of the strongest, most fulfilling relationships are built on patience, forged in those early moments where you take the time to really get to know each other. She'll notice that you're different from the rest. You're building trust, laying a foundation, and letting her curiosity grow naturally. By respecting her boundaries and showing her your true character, you become someone she wants to see again and again. So, take a step back, breathe, and let things unfold. You're not playing by the usual rules here, and that's exactly why you'll stand out. You're showing her that you're someone worth investing in, someone who understands the value of patience, respect, and trust. In the end, it's not just about the moment. It's about what you're building together, one respectful step at a time. Number 8. Constantly looking to touch you. Women, though often hesitant to initiate physical contact due to the fear of rejection, will use subtle, calculated gestures to break that barrier. A gentle touch on your arm as she laughs, or her hand brushing against yours. These are unmistakable signs she feels comfortable around you and is inviting you to take the next step. These gestures convey warmth, trust, and attraction faster than words ever could. When she initiates or allows these moments, it's her way of signaling that she's open to something more. What happens next is entirely up to you. But here's the twist. She doesn't need to make a grand, seductive gesture to show her interest. Once the barrier of touch is crossed, your subconscious will begin thinking of other ways you can build that physical connection. It's not about rushing forward. It's about responding in a way that aligns with her level of comfort. Consider this. If she hugs you every time you meet, not just a quick, friendly hug, but one that lingers just a little longer, what message is she sending? Chances are she's attracted to you. In another scenario, imagine exchanging something simple like a pen or a coffee cup, and her hand lingers on yours for just a moment longer than expected. Is it just a coincidence, or is there something more intentional happening? The reality is, many men overlook these subtle cues. Physical contact, even the lightest of touches, is often the clearest indication of her interest. So, when she places her hand on yours while you're showing her something on your phone, you need to pay attention. She's signaling a level of comfort and attraction, inviting you to respond. From a Stoic perspective, touch isn't just physical, it's emotional. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." In this case, those small touches are an external manifestation of her thoughts and feelings toward you. If you notice two or more signs, like a lingering hug, intentional hand touches, or her leaning into your personal space, chances are she's interested in you. Taking action doesn't mean making a big move. It's about being present, reading her signals, and responding in a way that deepens your connection without crossing any boundaries. Confidence isn't about charging forward. It's about knowing the right moment. Number 9. She intentionally makes you jealous because she admits she likes you. When a woman tries to make you jealous, she's often sending subtle signals that she's into you. She might flirt with other guys right in front of you, mention her ex in casual conversations, or accidentally bring up other men while talking to you. She's playing a psychological game, challenging you in ways that seem frustrating at first. But here's the twist. Those actions aren't about those other men. They're about you. She's testing the waters, trying to see how much you care. Yes, it may feel uncomfortable, but this could be a sign that she wants to spark a reaction, to gauge your feelings. It's like she's lighting a small flame of jealousy to see if you'll notice. But here's the key. If you respond with calmness and confidence, you send a powerful message. You're not easily shaken, and you know your worth. You can acknowledge her behavior with a smile or a lighthearted comment, showing her that you're aware of what's going on, but not affected by it. Women are often drawn to men who are emotionally stable, those who can navigate tricky situations with grace and maturity. So when she tries to stir up some jealousy, take it as a chance to show her you're different from other guys. Her efforts to make you jealous might just be her way of seeking validation or testing your interest, but remember, how you react will shape the outcome. Stay calm, stand your ground, and let her see that you won't be swayed by psychological games. As Marcus Aurelius once said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. If you like her, this is your chance to subtly acknowledge her feelings while showing that you care, but do it on your terms. Don't respond with jealousy. Just keep your cool and stay alert to the other signals she may be sending. This is your moment to shine, to show her that you are confident, steady, and not thrown off by the little tests she throws your way. Let her see that you're a man who's above the games, someone who stands firm in his value, and that's a quality no test can shake. Number 10. She gives you the initiative. When a woman displays submissive behavior, it's often a subtle yet powerful sign that she's interested. In many cases, women are taught to express their interest in more nuanced ways, leaving room for men to take the lead. Think about it. She might frequently ask for your opinion or go along with your decisions. This isn't simply indecisiveness. It's another form of subtle submission, that shows she values your judgment and wants to feel closer to you. You may notice attitudes like shyly tucking hair behind the ear when around you, giving you space to make the first move. While this can easily be mistaken for shyness, it is actually a sign of attraction. It's like she's quietly saying, "I trust your decisions." In relationships, confidence is magnetic. While women may communicate their interest through non-verbal cues, they often want men to take the initiative and lead. Those subtle signs? They're an invitation, waiting for you to recognize them and take charge. Women who show these behaviors are signaling that they're ready for you to step up, to lead with boldness, and take action. The beauty of this dynamic lies in the balance between reading her signals and responding with assertiveness. The power is in your hands to create a connection that is not only attractive, but empowering. It's about being bold, recognizing the signs, and taking action. Number 11. Her body language is open. Have you ever noticed how much body language can reveal, even when words remain unspoken? Especially when it comes to understanding how comfortable a woman feels around you, her body will speak louder than any conversation. Picture this: if she's relaxed, her arms rest naturally by her sides, not defensively crossed. She mirrors your movements, leaning in just as you do, almost like you're in sync. This subtle mimicry is often an unconscious signal of connection. But how often do we actually pick up on these delicate cues? Imagine sitting across from her. No barriers, no folded arms, just open posture and trust. You lean forward, she follows. You reach for something, and without thinking, she mirrors that action. Her body is speaking volumes, signaling a connection her words haven't yet conveyed. She's at ease, and she's inviting you to notice. But do we really notice? How often do we overlook the power of these subtle signals in our interactions until someone points them out? It's easy to miss the silent language that deepens connection. The way she might adjust her hair, touch her arm, or sit closer to you. Each movement is a reflection of how comfortable she feels in your presence. These gestures, though small, speak volumes about her comfort and focus in the moment. Now picture this. You're walking side by side, and with every step, her pace naturally adjusts to yours. You slow down, she slows down. You speed up, and so does she. It's like an unspoken harmony, a physical rhythm that mirrors the connection growing between you. She may not even realize she's doing it, but her body is responding to a deeper, unseen rhythm. And then there's the subtle touch, something so simple, yet it can say so much. If she accidentally brushes your arm or doesn't pull away when your hands touch, she's signaling that she's comfortable with the closeness. She's allowing the possibility of physical connection to unfold naturally. But remember, respect and patience are key. Misreading these signs can lead to discomfort, and true connection is built on mutual ease. So next time you're in a conversation, take a moment. Look for the signs. Is she leaning in? Are her arms relaxed? Is she subtly mirroring your movements? These silent signals can tell you more than words ever could. By learning to read body language, you'll open the door to deeper, more meaningful connections. And who knows, you might be surprised by what you notice about her and even about yourself. Number 12. She breaks away from groups to be alone with you. Imagine this. She steps away from the group, leaving everyone behind just to be alone with you. That's not something you can easily overlook. Think about it. If a woman isn't interested in you, why would she choose to isolate herself with you? She wouldn't. She wouldn't feel comfortable, wouldn't be drawn to your presence, and definitely wouldn't seek those private, intimate moments with you. Now, let's flip that around. If she's deliberately carving out time away from the crowd, just for you, offering that space for the two of you to connect on a deeper level, it's an unmistakable green light. In those moments, It's just you and her. No distractions, no friends pulling her attention away. It's the perfect opportunity to take action. When it's just the two of you, and you have her full attention, she's smiling, laughing at your jokes, fully engaged in the conversation, this is your moment. Don't let insecurity hold you back. If she's shown interest by coming closer, she wants you to reciprocate. This is not the time to hesitate. It's the time to open up, to share something meaningful, to ask her about herself. She's giving you the chance to show her who you really are, free from the noise of the world outside. Don't waste it. This moment, when it's just you two, could lead to something extraordinary, but only if you have the courage to seize it. Confidence is key here, and if she's given you this moment, maybe she's waiting for you to make the next move. Take it. Show her you're ready to go deeper, to explore that connection. This could be the beginning of something more if you're bold enough to reach for it. As you navigate the subtle signals that women give, it's important to stay attuned to her body language and emotional cues. If you're seeing the signs she wants you to touch her, like lingering eye contact, soft smiles, or finding reasons to be close to you, it's a sign of trust and comfort. Remember, mutual respect and consent are key. When she gives these signs, it's your opportunity to connect on a deeper level and nurture the bond between you. But be mindful, every step should be natural without rushing the process. It's all about reading the situation with care and responding in a way that makes her feel safe and valued. The journey of understanding a woman's desires may seem like a delicate balance, but trust your instincts and listen to what she's communicating through her actions. By doing so, you'll build a strong connection based on trust and shared emotions. If you've recognized the signs a girl wants you to touch her, make your move with confidence and care. Show her that you're attentive, not just to her words, but also to her unspoken signals. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to show your support by hitting the like button, subscribing to the Stoic Goddess, sharing your thoughts in the comments, and hitting the notification bell for more amazing videos. See you next time.